Hey, what's going on, my fellow Ryobi tool owners? We meet once again to discuss how to fix one of these top of the line items. And that was a bit of sarcasm, but as long as you're just a weekend warrior and you don't put these things through the ringer, they, in all fairness, have not been that bad for me. So today we're going to discuss how to fix a Ryobi impact driver that won't hold on to a bit and what you need to do to fix that. So without continuing this further obligatory intro, let's get into it. All right, let's do a very brief rundown on the parts that we're going to be dealing with and how the quick change bit holder works, just a basic overview so you understand what's going on and what we're going to be doing. And then, of course, I will show you the step-by-step process on how to fix your Ryobi impact driver that will not hold a bit. All right, going forward, I'm going to refer to this as the bit. This middle part right here that the bit fits in, I'm going to refer to as the bit holder. And then this that you can pull out, I'm going to refer to as the sleeve. If you look carefully in there, you can see a ring that hugs the bit holder, which is the center part here. That ring is going to be the retaining clip. Below that ring is going to be a circular metal washer. Below that will be a spring, and then below that will be two metal ball bearings. Now, to insert a bit, you pull out on the sleeve, and that will basically compress the spring, which will release tension on the ball bearings, letting them recess back in or out away from where the bit's going to go. And then the base inside of the floor, basically inside of the bit holder, will rise up and block those ball bearings from getting in the way of the bit that you're about to insert. When you push the bit back inside, that's going to basically let the spring relax, which will then push up against the ball bearings. And those ball bearings will then basically be like two teeth, and they will bite on this little skirt that is cut inside of your bit and hold it in place. So if you're having an issue with a bit that won't stay in place, it's likely due to a spring being broken, damaged or missing ball bearings. You might have some foreign debris or matter in there that's kind of screwing things up, or somebody might have played a prank on you and put some red Loctite on it. Jason, looking at you. All kidding aside, hopefully that makes sense. And if it didn't, you're going to see step by step when we go through how it works, and it's very easy. And let's get into it. Let's quickly go over what tools we're going to need to fix this problem. You will need a very, very small flathead screwdriver, and I'm talking about a flathead screwdriver that is used to fix eyeglasses. Even the smallest flathead screwdrivers that you get in most little packs are going to be too big, so make sure that the tip is very, very tiny. You're going to want some a magnet or magnets. I just have some small ones. Since we're dealing with a spring, wear some eyeglasses just so you don't sue me in case something weird happens. Latex gloves if you don't want to get any grease on your fingers. And the most important tool, in my opinion, is a kid's Crayola marker. I prefer yellow. That's no joke. We'll get into why we use that later. So here we go. Step one on how to fix a Ryobi impact driver that will not hold on to the bit. All right, first things first, we're going to remove the battery. And you do that by pressing the two tabs on the side of the battery and pulling the battery out. Everyone should know how to do that. You lift the sleeve and pull out the bit if applicable, but we want to do this without a bit in there. It just makes it a little easier. When you pull up on the skirt, it's going to basically cock the spring. So you need to decock that by pressing like the other end of that bit, the screwdriver end in there, and just push down on the floor of the bit holder, and it will decompress that spring. And then this is going to be how the impact driver is going to look while we're working on it. It's going to be on its back end. From there, just so you can see the retaining clip itself, it's not a full circle. It's almost like that. It's kind of like this, and it's got a little gap there, and you can see where I'm pointing to that. And I'm also, you can notice on the bit holder, there's a flat side. That flat side is important. That's where we're going to be inserting our mini screwdriver. But you want to turn that that clip so that the opening is opposite of the flat end of the bit holder, if that makes sense. So you can see that I have the opening of the clip there, and then on the opposite side is the flat end. I just found that this makes it easier, and I don't want to bend my clip, and I think that this will put even pressure on everything. So from there, you insert your screwdriver kind of on a 30-degree angle between the bit holder and the clip, and then you kind of pry, and then once it starts to pop up, you can get your screwdriver on the underside of the clip and then pry it up the other way, as you can see there. Got a little blurry, but I think you can tell what happened. So go ahead and remove that, and now you're going to see what we're working with. We're going to have that clip I was talking about that almost makes a full circle. Then we're going to have a metal washer underneath that. Now that metal washer keeps this spring in place. Take note of what this spring looks like. This is a fully functional spring. Yours is damaged in any way, it'll look different than mine. From there, you're going to remove the sleeve. And then what you'll be able to see is the bit holder with 2 ball bearings, and one of them just fell out. Mine probably needs just a little bit more grease to keep it in there, but lost it again. And there's going to be 2 ball bearings, and those are basically sitting in little partial cutouts of the bit holder. And when the spring is relaxed, the spring opens up and it pushes down on those ball bearings, which they then go into the bit holder slightly. And that's what holds on to, like I said, the little skirt part of your bit. If you need to remove your ball bearings, go ahead and use that magnet. That's what that's for, and that'll pull out the magnets. You can inspect those, make sure that they're not sheared, that they're not fractured or missing or whatnot. So if they look good, go ahead and put those back. Now these ball bearings, if you need to replace them, they are 3.5 millimeters, and I did a measuring with calipers. And if you need to order some, I will have a link down below, and you'll be able to find some of those. But go ahead and put those back in, and now we're going to reassemble this. Basically, if you need to replace something, the ball bearings, you'll know it. If you need to replace a spring, you'll know it. At this point, it's going to be one of those 2 issues, or if there's any foreign debris or matter in there, clean it out and take care of it. So to put this all back together, we put the skirt on first with the smooth part down, then the spring, decompress the bit holder if it happened to get cocked again, and then put the washer on. And I try to do everything with my non-dominant hand as far as holding everything there. So slide the washer, and I find it easiest to put the end of the washer the clip that looks like this with the gap, put that under my thumb. So I'm holding both wings of it. From there, this is where the marker comes into place. This is the easiest way I've found to fix this problem. You can try all day without the marker. I don't care, that's fine. But you take the marker, you undo the cap, and you take the portion that holds the marker in it, and that's the side you're going to use. And you get everything lined up just perfectly. You put that marker cap on there and basically just give it a firm push and a little bit of a twisting motion, and it will go down. And when it goes down, it'll click. Sometimes it goes a little too far and will hold everything a little lower than it should be. That's not a problem. All you have to do is pull up on the sleeve and cock it again, and everything will snap back into place where it should be. And you can decock it and go about your business. But that is a definite time saver. You're welcome for that little tip or trick. If you like that, please leave a like and subscribe if you want. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you take care of a Ryobi impact driver that will not hold a bit. You need to replace one of those ball bearings, or you need to replace the spring. It's going to be one of those 2 things. That, or you're going to have something caught in there that needs to get cleaned out. What I did forget is that you can use the latex glove that I mentioned and use some grease. You can apply some grease to keep any wear and tear down in there and just keep things moving as they should. So I hope this helped you out, guys. Thanks for checking out this video. Hopefully you'll get your Ryobi tool back up and running. And hopefully that marker trick will save you a little bit of time and a little bit of a headache, because doing it without that marker is, like I said, I'm not going to waste my time. That's a time waster. So have a good day. Take it easy, guys.